Hey there, people of the interwebs. My name is Brandon Noel. In May, I will be launching a Kickstarter called Flatfoot McGee. It is a noir detective comic book set in a cartoon-inspired, Hollywood. Very much inspired by like Toon World or Cool World and Who Framed Roger Rabbit and those kinds of things. But I thought I'd take the time to kind of sketch some characters out, talk a little bit about them. I already did some blue line pencil. These two characters are, Lieutenant Barks. I like that name. I don't know why. Puns just make me I am a fan of a good pun. So Lieutenant Barks, he's a lieutenant on Homicide. He is a personal friend of Flatfoot McGee, the main character and title character of Flatfoot McGee. Lieutenant Barks and him used to serve together on the force before Flatfoot McGee kind of just went solo as a private eye, and he worked his way up the ranks to become head of Homicide. There's a lot of teasing between the two of them, a lot of good-natured ribbing, but he does take his job very serious. And he's just a fun character. He's your straight man, basically. Every good comedy needs a good, solid, straight man to bounce dialogue off of, or a straight man serves a good, a very real purpose in comedy. So Lieutenant Barks is my straight man, and besides the name being very funny, given that he's a dog, the name is also a loving tip of the hat to Carl Barks, who I just found out used to live in Hemet, California, which is where I'm currently filming this. I don't know if he came here to retire, because we are a retirement community, or have been for the majority of our existence as a town, and so I'm going to look more into that. But I just found out Carl Barks used to hang around here, and that kind of made me a little happy. I was like, wow, that's kind of neat. I'm sure I'm the only person in this town who thinks that's neat. And I don't know how true it is. I just saw it on Wikipedia. So it's Wikipedia approved. This little guy over here is Sergeant Opie. Well-meaning, just fun guy. He's a good character to bounce dialogue off of between him and Lieutenant Barks. It's very much in the vein of Barney Fife. Well-meaning, bumbling deputies. Well, you know, sergeants. Officer, whatever he is, officer, yeah. If I get to do multiple arcs, he doesn't get along with Flatfoot, doesn't like Flatfoot, doesn't like the idea that this private eye is getting access to some police resources with the lieutenant. But eventually they'll soften up to each other, and yeah, he's a character who I hope to develop in further arcs. He just gets introduced in the first trade that will be part of the Kickstarter in May. And I have a lot of future stories kind of planned out, or at least roughed out as to where, okay, I know where I want to go in the future. The Kickstarter really does determine if I get to, I mean, the Kickstarter will really determine whether or not I get to keep playing in the sandbox, or whether or not I have to look at other career opportunities. I mean, I plan on, no matter what happens, I plan on doing more Flatfoot McGee. It just depends on when I can do them, you know. Yeah, these are some of the supporting characters that I have in mind for Flatfoot McGee. I eventually plan on introducing, in the third story, Flatfoot McGee's ex-wife. I plan on introducing a slew of supporting characters, but these guys are the, you know, they're the backbone, the support. and they are fully fleshed out characters. I know kind of more about their background and their stuff than I want to give out just yet. So there you go. Throw just a little bit of one of the reasons why I love working with watercolor is, see, when the water runs down the page, you automatically get texture. It's cool. It's one of the reasons why I like working with it. So if I thought about this beforehand, I might have been able to draw something in perspective, but that is bad. Just goofing around. What I'm going to do, take some gray and just Wash it over everything. It's alright. Of course, follow the exact same trail. It's alright, it was a fun little sketch. Watercolor is meant to be messy. So, there you go. Officer Barks and Lieutenant Barks, Officer Opie. Yeah, the water washed the red right off of his face. Doesn't have much color. I like the idea of him being red and blue. Like, you know, rabbit, red and blue. Or having the red nose and the blue suit, and the blue always kind of representing the law. Oh. So, alright, thank you there, folks. Hope you enjoy these little videos. Hope you are interested in supporting my Kickstarter in May. As the Kickstarter is not live yet, I don't have a link to support, but go to destinycomics.com. You'll be able to get information there. Follow me on Instagram at Destiny Comics, Twitter at Destiny Comics, Facebook.com/Destiny Comics, and you'll be able to get all your info there. There's a Tumblr as well. I don't remember the Tumblr link, but it'll be updated for the Kickstarter. And yeah, I hope you enjoy these. I hope you enjoy the character, the characters that I'm playing with for this new world. It's kind of a love letter to old school animation, the stuff that I grew up with. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I love superheroes, and I grew up with superheroes, and there's always going to be a place in my heart for superheroes. But when I was 6 or 7, I remember watching Popeye. I remember watching Woody Woodpecker. I remember those were the things that got me excited. Popeye in particular, wow. I had a VHS copy of a few Popeye cartoons, Flasher Studios, and it had like the first featurette I've ever seen. It's VHS. At the end of the cartoons, they had a little documentary that showed you how the cartoons were made, and how Flasher Studios like had a model. They had a 3D model for some of the island shots that they would rotate, and they would drop a cell in front of the camera, so that they had animation on top of live 3D models as their background. Like, just incredible stuff that Flasher Studios was doing back in the day. I was recently watching some of those old Popeye shorts, just get back into the mood for this project, and just I was blown away by not just the level of detail, but how smart those shorts were, how funny those shorts were, and just how well conceived that world was. And I'm playing with my love of all animation. As you can see, their character designs are more Hanna-Barbera inspired, and then there's characters that are more Disney inspired, and then there's characters that are more, you know, Flatfoot McGee himself is more cinema inspired. He's more based off of, like, you know, Jimmy Stewart from Vertigo and things like that, with his little hair lip. And so I hope you enjoy these videos. I hope you like getting a glimpse into my studio. Please support the Kickstarter in May, and thank you for your time. If you've seen this all the way through, thank you. Seriously, I'm still building something here, and all the support I can get means the world. So please like, subscribe, comment. Patreon.com/DestinyComics if you want to help out. There is a Kickstarter coming in May with new books, and thank you. Have a good one, and you're awesome.